探索、摸清、征服，那么艾德施塔佛认为你看得不够仔细。艾德深入蛮荒，调查地理谜团，寻找未知，发掘冒险。单挑神秘地表，每星期四。
为什么不收我的上网费？
现在办凯擘大宽屏光纤上网，月租费通通可抵 Super MOD 看片金，上千部电影戏剧都可以用上网月租费折抵哦！快拨0809009658，凯擘大宽屏，
超多强档，周周更新，年终赚好康，
换床趁现在，来床的世界，旧床换新床，最多现折2万元。美国原装席梦思月付1380，美国比格名床只要月付1250，满额加码再送100%纽西兰全羊毛被，请来床的世界。
Discovery 频道在探索科学世界。
You see that Sabah has been over 100 years has hardly had any earthquakes, and so it's no surprise.
上穷碧落。
Few boulders hit my shoulder, then my whole body felt numb.
下黄泉，找出来龙去脉，第一手为你揭露马来西亚沙巴大地震。11月23日星期一 ，Discovery 频道首播。
This is the Moab Desert in Utah. It's the start of a journey I'm hoping will improve my brain. I want some mental tools to cope with the challenges of modern living. I want to be more adaptable. We all need to better adapt to the world around us, and I'm about to meet someone who takes that to a new level, and she's up there. Steph Davis is one of the world's best rock climbers. She's tackled some of the toughest routes without even a safety line to catch her.
Rock climbing is all about adaptability. First of all, you have to change your body to conform to the rock climb. And then throughout the experience, things keep happening. I think humans are extremely good at adapting the environment to human needs and desires. And so as a result, I think that a lot of people have lost the ability to adapt themselves. My whole personal reality is constantly dictated by the natural environment.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Now that's an entry.
Hello.
Hi, Steph.
Nice to finally meet you.
That is a crazy way in. That was an amazing climb. Wow, how does that feel?
Great. The thing about climbing is the rock's not going to change. So you have to change. I have a challenge for you, and it involves rock climbing. So what I want you to do in about 6 weeks is climb to the top of a tower, and I want you to do it blindfolded.
As in, without sight? Oh, God. Climbing is a great metaphor for life. It's a test of endurance, flexibility, concentration. It's also really hard. If I'm going to climb this rock face blindfolded in 6 weeks' time, I need to redesign my brain using the latest that brain science has to offer. rapidly changing world, it's not the strongest or the smartest who thrive. It's the most adaptable. The human brain has been called the most complex object in the universe. It can modify itself to meet any challenge. There's new science on how to become more flexible, and I want to learn it. The first step is to improve my mental endurance. So I've come to the Australian Institute of Sport in Canberra.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, David.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you.
My mentor will be Dr. David Martin. He's a senior sports scientist and a big believer in the power of brain training.
Olympic athletes right now are really into this mental endurance. So we put together some challenges for you that I think are going to really illustrate the point.
You mean torture?
It's not quite torture, but it is exciting.
David's convinced that many aspects of physical endurance are a product of mental attitude. And he's got a test to prove it.
Your challenge is to hold these jugs of milk out to the side so your arms are just barely touching those silver bars, and I'm going to start the clock.
Okay.
I've tried it myself, and I can tell you if you get past about 1.5 to 2 minutes, I think you're doing well.
Okay.
Stopwatch is on the ready.
Great.
Ready, and starting. Okay, I'll just step back, and it's all up to you.
Is this full cream?
I think it's skim. It's light milk.
Light? Not from where I'm standing. These 2-liter bottles weigh 2 kilos. Try it at home. If you weigh over 80 kilos, up it to 3 liters per hand. See how long you can endure before giving in. You'll be surprised by the results.
What will happen eventually is his brain will give up. He'll think in his body that his muscles gave out, but in fact, it's usually always the brain.
Is that normal, the shaking on that side?
They're starting to fatigue.
Whoa!
Keep that right arm straight. It's bending a bit. Okay. 2 minutes, 57 seconds, which is really good baseline.
Nearly 3 minutes. Gotta be happy with that.
Go hard.
But David's team also measured my maximum muscle output. It was over 2,500 units, but during the milk test, I only managed 1,200. Shockingly, I had far more capacity left in my arms. I could have held on much longer. I'm stunned.
So what do you mean? So what's happening?
The muscle can do more. It's the mind that gave out. It's actually the feedback to the brain that's starting to limit you.
My endurance test time was 2 minutes, 57 seconds, but my muscle output was a disappointing 47% of my maximum. So what can I do to keep my mind from giving up before my body does? David wants me to start training, and he has another surprise for me. It's cycling. I hate cycling.
The idea is to go from the start over 4 kilometers as fast as you can. And while you're doing that, we'll be monitoring your blood, we'll be monitoring your heart rate, and we'll also be monitoring your energy expenditure with this headset and mouthpiece. And I'm going to position this around your head. That sounds really good, Todd. I'm with you 100%.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay, so nice solid start. Do you feel like your legs can do more? Cycling is a great challenge because it uses some of the biggest muscle groups in your body, which means mentally it's one of the most difficult tasks possible to recruit all the capabilities in the lower body. Big surge all the way to the finish. Come on, Todd, drive it. We want to see a big high heart rate. Come on, Todd, right to the finish. Almost there, and stop. Nice work. I'll go ahead and pop this off real quick. Good work. That was 4 kilometers in 7 minutes and 17 seconds. It's actually not that bad.
That's great, David. Can I get off the bike now?
So we're going to let you recover. We're going to let you take a bit of a break. And then I'm going to actually bring you back in here again today. And you're going to do it again. All right, you ready to get started for test number 2?
Test number 2.
Yep, go ahead and climb on, and let's get you clipped in. So on the right, that silver-looking avatar, that's you from the first test.
I'm racing myself.
That is exactly what you're doing. You're racing yourself, and your objective is to beat yourself. Okay, off and running. Get that cadence up there. Really get that cadence up there, all the way up into the 90, 95, and as it gets going, you'll be able to settle down and spin it. So even a little bit higher, a little bit higher.
Right off the bat, I'm determined to beat my old score. I feel like I've been racing against myself my whole life. I'm not good with failing, but it certainly focuses my mind.
One of the most exciting new findings in physiology is the plasticity of the brain. His brain has adapted to deal with these painful stimuli in a completely different manner and tap into that reserve that we've been talking about. You're beating yourself by 280 meters. You're destroying your previous test. 300 meters to go. That's it, Todd.
Empty the tank. Mom.
Right into the finish. 3, 2, 1, and finish. That's it. With a time of 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, 172.
You just put 47 seconds in on your previous test. Well done.
47 seconds faster than last time. Unbelievable.
That was solid. Good job. You smashed it.
Felt a little bit harder, but I refused to lose to myself.
It's a valuable lesson. Your brain controls your body. And that's the secret of endurance training. Use your mind to get more from your muscles. I'm going to need those endurance tools on the blind rock climb. On a rock face, if your strength gives out, you fail. But endurance isn't just in the muscles and lungs, it's in the brain. I'm also going to need mental flexibility. Halfway up a 120-meter cliff, you just can't quit if things go wrong. I'll need to adjust to unforeseen obstacles. And for that, I'll need a really adaptable brain.
Mental flexibility is a very important life skill. Children have it naturally, but as we age, we lose it as adults. We become functionally fixed. And the question is, can we do anything about it? I'm about to catch up with one of my old friends, AKA arch nemesis, David Cropley. And I'm sure he has plenty of surprises in store for me.
Dr. David Cropley is an Associate Professor of Engineering Innovation at the University of South Australia. There he is. He's brought a friend.
Well,
Hey.
hey, David.
Hi.
Nice to see you. These are my daughters. This is Coco and Jet.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi. Very nice to meet you.
Who's that?
This is Abby. Okay. So Abby's going to help us today.
So, Todd, we're looking at mental flexibility and problem solving, but in a real-world setting. But before we do anything else, I need you guys to get 2 big bags of ice cream for this next task.
Who wants ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got to choose which one you want.
Mental flexibility is our ability to deal with novel or unusual problems that we encounter in everyday life, where we have to apply the kind of knowledge that we've accumulated and use our memory, our processing ability and so on to deal with those problems as they arise.
I would like the chocolate one.
Academics tend to think of intelligence in 2 flavors. First, crystallized intelligence, the learned facts and experiences that we acquire with age. The other flavor is fluid intelligence, which is applying logic and problem solving to new situations. It declines with age unless we work on it. So today is all about fluid intelligence.
Wow, we got a lot of ice cream. There's your friend.
Okay, this looks good. So, Todd, the task today, it's a test of mental flexibility, okay? What you've got to do is get from the shop to your car, but you can't leave the dog or the girls alone with the ice cream. And then you can take 1 item in each hand, whether that's one of the girls and a bag or any combination you like, but 1 item per hand. Okay, so if that's clear, it's over to you, and you want to solve this as quickly as you can so the ice cream doesn't melt.
All right. There's nothing easy with you, is there?
No, I'm sorry. That's the way it goes.
There's never anything easy with him.
So, I have to get 2 kids, the dog, and the ice cream to the car. But I only have 2 hands, so I can only take 2 items at a time. See if you can figure out how to do this in the least trips possible. Part of fluid intelligence is visualizing options. What can I do here?
Okay, so I can take the ice cream to the car first and leave the kids with the dog. Although that could go terribly wrong if I don't tie the dog up. I could take the kids across and leave the dog. Oh no, the dog's gonna eat the ice cream. Or I could take the dog across, leaving the kids and the ice cream. That's a very bad idea. The kids are guaranteed to eat the ice cream.
Fluid intelligence isn't just about logic. It's about seeing patterns and relationships. Sometimes the solution is counterintuitive.
Okay, so I can bring the ice cream across first, because I'm allowed to leave the kids and the dog together as long as the dog is tied up.
No ice cream, Ducky.
Then I can come back and bring the kids over. Okay, so now I got kids and ice cream. I can bring the ice cream back. Just wait. I gotta get the ice cream out. That's it. But who's to say I can't double back? Okay, wait there, girls.
Okay, Dad.
I'll bring the ice cream back with me, so the kids are alone in the car, and I'll leave the ice cream on that side. I'll grab the dog, bring the dog across, stick it in the car with my kids, go back, grab the ice cream. Problem solved. Everything okay in here?
In the end, he did very well, and it involved that one counterintuitive step that people sometimes overlook, the idea that he had to actually bring some things back from the car to the shop in order for it to all work. The real key is your ability to change, to adapt to the situation, and ultimately find the right strategy.
Okay, we made it.
Whether it's frozen Arctic Ocean or the deepest jungles of Central Africa, the whole world is singing. But we've stopped listening.
In 100 years, we could lose up to 50% of all the species.
It's like having a symphony, and one by one, you just pluck each of the instruments out of the orchestra to your last voices there, and then it's gone.
没错，买房子不像买矿泉水，千万不能随便走进一间店就购买。选择理想品牌第1名的信义房屋，才能买到最有保障的好屋。
The pure essentials of watchmaking, elevated to the level of art. Grand Seiko.
喉咙不就会很累，
所以要用京都念慈庵枇杷润喉糖来保养喉咙啊！京都念慈庵金银花润喉糖，柠檬草味新上市。
头皮屑去了又来，你需要全面头皮保护。新海伦仙度丝深入至毛孔，给你5大头皮保护，持久去屑，无懈可击。实力派海伦仙度丝。
要喝水吗？等一下，推荐你全新的舒跑碱性离子水。百位医师联合推荐舒跑碱性离子水，我的好水。
百位医师联合推荐舒跑碱性离子水。
Come on, Spike.
Back in the day, stepping out on Friday night. Getting loud, destroying the scene. Getting up and down and in between.
汗臭味总是洗不掉吗？奈米乐日本独家奈米科技，彻底深入分解汗臭。狮王奈米乐洗衣精，小小一瓶，超能洗。
狮王奈米乐，谁敢小看它？
I think these guys underestimated the force of this reaction.
Momentum is mass times velocity.
This guy is showing us some great physics, and he's just doing it for fun.
You can't stop watching, but you're horrified at the same time.
It's pretty extreme. Definitely don't try this at home.
网络影片大解码，全新一季11月20日星期五起，就在 Discovery 频道。
Climbing the rock face, all need great fluid intelligence to adjust when problems arise. If I don't, I'll fail. Another way to improve fluid intelligence is to try something you've never done before. Learn a new language or play a new sport. So I've come to Madison, Wisconsin, USA to try something that demands a fast brain and fast feet. Log rolling. It's big around here. Two competitors spin the log. Whoever stays on the longest wins. I'm no lumberjack, but I'll give it a go. Shauna Verstegen is a four-time world champion. She's a master of adaptability because she's been log rolling since she was a kid.
Is this going to be as hard as it looks?
This sport is very hard. We actually make it look kind of easy as professionals, but to learn how to do it, it's going to be a big challenge.
Log rolling is physical, but competitions are won and lost in the brain. The best rollers have amazing adaptability, coping with constant speed and direction changes. They're thinking on their feet and plenty more.
The sport of log rolling takes balance, endurance, leg strength, core strength, and obviously major mental focus.
If you lose focus and don't adjust, even for an instant, well...
Okay, no. Nice save.
So what's your prediction for me today?
If you can stay on the log for 5 seconds, that means you're doing amazing.
5 seconds? Surely I can do that.
So, Todd, we're going to start you off on what we call the #1 log. This log is 15 inches in diameter. Water's warm. You're fine.
I'm going to start out solo to get the hang of it.
All right, Todd, are you ready for this? I'm going to be holding onto this side of the log. You'll be stepping up right there again, eyes on the end, and you're marching your feet up and down as fast as you can.
So do I use you to get up?
You absolutely can if you want to.
Wow, this thing feels
Press
really...
I'm holding on to it.
It feels really unstable.
Well, it's a log in the water. Come on
okay, here we go.
All right, now eyes on the end.
Oh, wow.
March your feet up and down.
March my feet up and down?
Start marching right now.
Okay, I'm marching.
Faster marching, faster marching, faster marching. You're squishing bugs. Ready, set, roll.
Whoa!
And 1.5 seconds on your first try.
I am so glad there's a crowd here to see this. Might not look like it, but my brain is working harder than my feet. In fact, learning to move fast sharpens your thinking. 15 minutes of aerobic exercise a day is great for your body and your brain.
Whoa! 3, okay?
Oh!
All right, what happened
there? Just a bit of pain. Nothing serious. I don't think it was a pinch, it was more of a...
It's a twisted ankle. Not helpful when I'm trying to stay balanced. But I do have an idea. Log rolling is about adaptability, so I'm going to adapt my feet.
Is this a good idea?
No.
Well, that's good to know. Thanks for your help.
The pros never go barefoot.
Maybe it was a good idea. We'll take 9.99 seconds as close enough to 10.
That was really hard. I'm surprised I could actually do it for as long as I did. The only downside of this, I think I actually sprained my ankle, but I guess that's okay, because my next investigation is pain. The blind rock climb is 2 weeks away. If you've never tried rock climbing, here's the thing. It hurts. Scraped knuckles, broken toenails, twisted joints are all common. Pain is guaranteed to be an obstacle. I need to learn how to manage it. So I've come to Boulder, Colorado to meet a guy who's convinced we can use our brain to reduce our pain. You must be Tor.
Hey, Todd. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, thanks for having me. Dr. Tor Wager is a world-leading pain researcher at the University of Colorado. So, Tor, where does pain actually exist?
All pain is created in your brain, and there are ways of working with your mind and your thoughts over time that can make pain better or worse.
So my brain can control my pain, literally turn it down. Tor and his team can prove it using brain scans. This I've got to see. I'll be taking the test in an fMRI machine.
Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I can be.
Okay, great. Then here we go.
They've strapped a plate to my leg that heats up to 50 degrees, hot enough to burn without doing tissue damage.
Okay, then here comes the heat.
As they zap me with the heat, I'm giving my personal score of the pain. But more importantly, Tor's measuring the activation in my brain to get an objective measure of how much pain I'm really feeling.
He's rating the pain as relatively low.
So maybe he's very tough.
Yeah.
My personal subjective rating for the pain was quite low, but Tor's objective measure was 3 times higher. Here's how pain works. Pain signals travel from the body to a sorting station in the brain. They're then relayed to several regions, including those responsible for touch, decision-making, and emotion. Everyone feels pain and thinks about pain differently. That's why my subjective score is lower than the scan. So how can I use my brain to manage my pain? Tor is going to teach me a meditation technique called acceptance training, changing how I think about pain.
One thought is, this is temporary, and this will pass. Another thought is, you have control over this pain. It is your brain that creates that pain and that can help resolve it. And the third kind of thought is, there's no urgency there. There's nothing that you need to do. Okay, so with that, are you ready to start the next F?
I'm ready. This time, when the heat comes, I'm getting my brain into a better mood to deal with the pain. It seems simple, but think of your own experience. Stub your toe, and it hurts less if you're in a good mood than a bad one. This can work for external injuries or long-term chronic pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you did the intervention, when I went back into the scanner, I was actually starting to look forward to the pain sensations, like they felt like a positive response.
Scientists are increasingly studying these kinds of techniques, and there really is some real physiology to these mental practices.
Let's not take Tor's word for it. Show me the data. Before acceptance training, I self-reported my pain at about 10%. After the training, that dropped to near 1%. Wow, that's a big drop, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, definitely. It's almost going down to 0 pain. Yeah.
So that's great, but it could be me just fooling myself.
Yeah.
What did the objective scan show was really going on?
So this is the kind of brain response to pain before the training, and you see it's very high, it's above 1,000. And now when we look at how this changed,
wow,
it dropped really dramatically.
Pre-test, my rating was about 30%, but it dropped to 10. My brain perceived just 1/3 of the pain. Here's the proof. My pain signature before training, and here it is after. Less of my brain is responding,
And the color change from red to yellow shows the activity is less intense. This basically says it's all in your mind.
So it's not all in your mind. It's in your body, it's in your nervous system, but the mental stance that you adopt can have an impact.
That's a big impact, though.
It's a big impact. That's a big impact for you.
By using acceptance training, I dramatically dialed down my response to pain. Tora recommends chronic sufferers do it for 10 minutes a day. It could be a life changer.
I find that remarkable.
I do too.
要喝水吗？等一下，推荐你全新的舒跑碱性离子水，百位医师联合推荐舒跑碱性离子水，我的好水。
百位医师联合推荐舒跑碱性离子水。
吞噬黑暗的力量，千问王者荣耀回归，全新职业保健室耀世降临，史无前例全新改版，奇迹 MU 魔剑归来。
Mariko， 小心你的老毛病又要犯喽！老婆，
宝贝，
你喝咖啡吃甜食，难怪会胃食道逆流。像我啊，随时都准备好即位服侍定。
胃食道逆流，即位服侍定，一定搞定，すっきり。
很多时候，我在他心中并不是排在第一位，他总是在规划别人的美好，别人的未来。我想问他，什么时候也想想我们的未来？
嫁给我。
台新财富管理专业认真，以您为尊。台新银行台外币2个月定存最高年息1.2%。欧舒丹缤纷献礼，欢度节庆时刻。
L'Occitane en Provence。
第一次 ，Discovery 频道走进马来西亚皇宫，见证皇室加冕时刻。
Untuk pertama kalinya dalam sejarah menjadi Yang di-Pertuan Agong kali yang kedua。
认识独特的文化传承。马来西亚皇室家族，11月22日星期日就在 Discovery 频道。
Help us out, help us out, help us out. You got it? Okay, what do you got? What do you got? I found the clue. Yeah, number in there. Look at who's going. I don't know what that means. Okay, here we go. Check it out. It's it. We know it is. Go, 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 go.
密室逃脱全新系列，11月24日星期二就在 Discovery 频道首播。
Whether it's frozen Arctic Ocean or the deepest jungles of Central Africa, the whole world is singing. But we've stopped listening.
In 100 years, we could lose up to 50% of all the species.
It's like having a symphony, and one by one, you just pluck each of the instruments out of the orchestra. Do your last voices there, and then it's gone.
That was an amazing result in the lab, but can my brain be trained to do the same thing under stress in the real world? Like, say, on a blind rock climb. Back in Australia, Dr. David Martin's going to introduce me to a guy you might call a human stress test.
We've been trying to escalate the challenges to become more and more extreme. Paul is extreme. Todd, I want to introduce you to Paul Kale.
Hey, Paul.
Paul,
nice to meet you.
Paul Kale is an ex-army commando. He's fought in Afghanistan and Iraq. He also holds black belts in 6 martial arts. This could be interesting.
With all the pain testing that I've done, I knew going in that they would not exert enough pain to seriously damage me.
Correct.
But with you,
correct.
I didn't know how.
I'm going to hurt you. And the thing is,
I didn't sign up for this.
Now, but the thing is, I'm not going to injure you. That's the secret. So the way that you develop your training is pain without injury. Feeling real pain helps athletes develop mental tools to overcome it. I want those tools in life and on the climb. Now, you're going to take this off me, okay? You can't go off the blue mat. You ready?
Oh, no.
Can't go off the blue mat.
Whoa. Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Whoa, ow. Whoa.
The shock knife is a training tool to allow for combatants to feel pain associated with the techniques that they're doing.
What was that?
Okay, so it puts a huge amount of volts, but low amp, so no injury. Just hurts. It feels like you're being cut. We're not all getting into knife fights, but like Tor, Paul's convinced the key to people overcoming pain is understanding it. What you do is you put the pain into context. It's actually there to help you. So if I can understand the message and realize I'm not in danger, it reduces the pain straight away. And then I can carry on with the task. My task is taking the knife from Paul. I know it's going to hurt, but I need to treat that as part of the process. You'll feel pain, but it'll be put into context, and then the pain will be numbed. It'll change, okay? If you get cut, you want it to be somewhere like along your forearm, things like that. Not so bad when you put it into context. Yeah. And if you are getting cut here, you need to associate that with positive pain. I'm cutting you where you want to be cut, so you can access me and shut me down to stop any pain on the rest of your body. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, okay.
Okay. Before I try, Paul is going to show me his disarming technique. Good times. So as I come in, that touch that we spoke about, hit, okay. From there, now I'm doing what you're doing. And as I lower this down, my head comes forward into here. So I end up hitting you across the neck area. My skull's going to hit here. I'm just going to hit you with my arm, not hard. No, you're all right. Oh, wow! And then I drop and turn. Okay, so I've hit you in the throat. I've headbutted you into the jaw and neck area.
Got those. Yeah.
Okay, got that.
Got that.
Then
got
from
that
here,
down.
You've hit the ground. Yeah. Now just drive my knee into you. So I come in here and hit.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. Now I'm more balancing on your neck so that I take the weight off you. I don't want you to be in too much pain. Now, see this? I'm actually using my, all right, I'm using my shin.
Yes, I feel that.
On your arm.
Yeah. Please.
Then I can move the weapon, and then you're away. Oh. So does that answer your question about in-state?
That's clear. We don't need to go over that again.
I don't like that.
Over the next hour, I learned a lot about pain. Paul's advice is feeling pain is fine, but don't be afraid of it, and don't let it stop you achieving an outcome. In fact, science has shown once we remove the fear of pain, it hurts less.
And just grab like this.
Try it yourself. You'll be amazed. Now, you know what you need to do, so you've got an objective. Like, instead of just rolling around screaming, your objective is to shut me down. If you back off, I'm going to slash you. I'm going to slash your back, and I'm just going to, same thing's going to happen as before. But you are not going to back off. You're going to shut the weapon down, you're going to shut me down. You good? Okay, let's go. And close.
Control it! Get on it! Get on it!
Boom, there you go. Stops.
Wow, that was amazing, because I felt that pain, but it actually felt good. Let's do that again.
Okay, done. Ready? Go.
Yeah,
Good, see?
And that's the same voltage as you used on me last time.
Exactly the same voltage. No change, extreme. I don't know any other level.
When he first stabbed me with that knife, that was incredibly painful. But after the training, on the same voltage, I didn't even really feel it. I had an objective, get to the throat, control the knife. And that's what I did. The pain was just a sideshow.
Good. He's done very well. The way he's gone about the training, he's listened to what he's been told. What's important is he's trusted in me that he can achieve this through this training.
You're a good man.
So are you. Thank you. Pleasure to meet you. I've survived 10 rounds with Paul Kale, but have I got the mental tools to survive the blind rock climb?
Arms up. Starting the clock.
After 6 weeks of training, it's time to retake those tests and see if my scores have improved. First up, the mental endurance test. And with a goal to focus on, frankly, I smashed it. My initial time on the endurance test was less than 3 minutes. This time, it was exactly 4 minutes. My brain is far better at activating my muscles.
The only thing that's different is your mind. Say your muscles are no stronger.
求生大使将接受至今最严峻的挑战。
This is a whole nother level.
It's just gonna get worse. I might not be able to do it.
My body is just breaking down.
The bugs are hell.
原始生活40天，每星期4晚上10点就在 Discovery 频道。
没错，买房子不像买矿泉水，千万不能随便走进一间店就购买。选择理想品牌第1名的信义房屋，才能买到最有保障的好屋。
为了给孩子最好的，每个细节都要用心。但墙上的油漆呢？红牌全效乳胶漆采用 Detexmo 单体去味科技，不含人工香精，油漆没有味道，自然健康。红牌乳胶漆。
精准的血糖检测是做好健康管理的关键。测血糖，精准最重要。我推荐瑞特血糖机，瑞特 Rightest。
布达佩斯巴勒斯饭店感谢托儿服务，苏菲就是在这个时刻决定要成为魔术师的。为什么我们会知道？因为我们对饭店无所不知。找饭店 ，Travago。
要喝水吗？等一下，推荐你全新的舒跑碱性离子水，百位医师联合推荐舒跑碱性离子水，我的好水。
百位医师联合推荐舒跑碱性离子水。
Lux 无细鳞精油洗发新诞生，含大马士革玫瑰精油，秀发闪耀不干涩。Lux 无细鳞精油洗发，
全体注意，有精神主任来啦！快来2粒 LS， 深呼吸，让向阳直出脑门，打起精神向前进。LS 绝对有精神。
Infinity 头款99000起，日付199，急速入主 Q50。
Whether it's frozen Arctic Ocean or the deepest jungles of Central Africa, the whole world is singing. But we've stopped listening.
In 100 years, we could lose up to 50% of all the species.
It's like having a symphony, and one by one, you just pluck each of the instruments out of the orchestra. To your last voices there, and then it's gone.
The scientific tests have shown my mental endurance has improved, my mind is more flexible, and I manage pain better. But will it translate to the real world? I'm back in Utah to find out.
Hi, Steph.
Todd.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Well, here we are.
We are, and we're going to climb that.
That looks difficult.
It is.
It's a massive, iconic tower called Ancient Art.
Ancient Art is one of the most famous rock towers probably in the world. It's unique because it's a freestanding tower, it's very thin, and the summit is about the size of a pizza box, and it's tipped. and glued into place by hardened mud. So it's a really intense experience to reach the summit.
No one's ever attempted this climb blindfolded. No surprise there. To reach the summit, you have to cross a narrow spine called the sidewalk. There's a 120-meter drop on either side. Here goes nothing. This is going to test all my mental tools.
Climbing staff.
Okay, belays on.
I've climbed Mount Everest, but rock climbing is completely different. I haven't done it for over 20 years, and never with a blindfold.
You got it.
I'm going to warm up without it.
Jeez, that was a bit dodgy already.
That was not dodgy. You'll know when it gets dodgy.
We've hardly even started, but already my new skills are being tested. Specifically, pain management.
Uh-oh. Now my arm is stuck.
Oh, dear.
That hurts.
I've strained my shoulder,
Yeah.
and it's going to hurt for the rest of the climb.
You have to wiggle it out.
I have to remember what the pain experts taught me.
All pain is created in your brain.
Put the pain into context. Carry on with the task.
I need to stay focused on the challenge and keep moving.
Okay, Todd, you are doing really, really well. So now to do a true test of your adaptability, we're going to do this part blindfolded.
Okay. This is not a good idea.
This is what I've been fearing for weeks, and it's worse than I imagined.
Holy crap, I can't see anything. Whoa!
I'm feeling my way up the rock, finger by finger. I've got no experience at this, no memory to fall back on, and it's pure adaptation.
Okay.
Because Todd now has the blindfold on, he can't look for his footholds. He has to feel them. He can't look for his handholds. And he can't look up and see what's coming. So he has to be totally in the moment.
I can't tell if I'm going straight. That's my... Is there something over here?
This is a massive challenge for my brain. With sight gone, it has to recruit other senses. I'm already more aware of touch, sound, and balance.
There's a hole. It seems like the more I'm climbing, I kind of get a feel for it. I'm feeling better. I'm still a little bit scared, but...
You're doing great.
The closer we get to the top, the steeper and harder this climb's becoming.
This doesn't look graceful, does it?
It looks great.
This is the hugging of the rock.
It's been more than 3 hours of climbing, and my arms are spent. This is where I have to draw on my mental endurance training.
Your muscles are stronger than you think. It's not your muscles that are tired, it's your brain that's given up on you.
I know my brain can convince my body to give more. I've just got to make it happen.
Well, there's nothing there.
Nice. Way to go.
This feels high now. This feels high now.
Good job. Well, I have some news for you.
Okay, good news?
You don't really probably want to take the blindfold off now.
I don't want to. Okay.
I recommend you keep it on.
Okay.
I've got to take a look.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, my... Oh. Wow, my legs are shaking. This is high. Wow, that's even higher.
And this is where I have to get across the sidewalk.
吞噬黑暗的力量，请问王者荣耀回归。
全新职业模式绕世降临，史无前例全新改版，奇迹 MU 魔剑归来。
我要吃漂亮的鱼哦。
没问题，鱼皮完整就漂亮啦。用天然的全新康宝煎鱼帮手，
鱼皮不破喵，明天还要。
康宝煎鱼帮手，
煮粥不麻烦，康宝海鲜浓汤，加料轻松煮，美味最速配。
欧舒丹缤纷献礼，欢度节庆时刻。
L'Occitane en Provence。
喝杯咖啡。好吗？我觉得提案的主题用火焰来呈现比较好。你怎么会每年都火火烤啊？到现在一点进度都没有，回去再想啊。
你又胃食道逆流了吗？
提案压力大，熬夜只能靠咖啡。
来，你的极胃服饰定。
胃食道逆流，极胃服饰定，一定搞定。
看笑得多开心，就更想保护他。他的衣服当然不能有化学残留喽。新加倍洁用吃的小苏打来洗衣服，没有化学残留，让我好放心。希望他永远都笑得那么开心。新加倍洁真的很放心。
和您一起经历无数试炼，陪您共度每个阶段的美好。我们会更努力，为了您的信赖。Volkswagen 邀您并肩前行。本月入主 Volkswagen 可享首次免费订保、零利率及5万元旧换新补助，试车交车再享更多优惠。
Volkswagen das Auto。
求生大使将接受至今最严峻的挑战。
This is a whole nother level.
It's just gonna get worse. I might not be able to do it.
My body is just breaking down.
The bugs are hell.
原始生活40天，每星期4晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。
I think these guys underestimated the force of this reaction.
Momentum is mass times velocity.
This guy is showing us some great physics, and he's just doing it for fun.
You can't stop watching, but you're horrified at the same time.
It's pretty extreme. Definitely don't try this at home.
网络影片大解码，全新一季11月20日星期5起，就在 Discovery 频道。
So the plan now is Steph is going to cross the sidewalk. I'm going to watch her, ideally memorize it. Then I'm going to put the blindfold on, and I'm going to try and cross the sidewalk.
It's 120 meters down on both sides, and it's only 30 centimeters wide. It's a high, dangerous problem to solve. A massive test of my mental flexibility, starting with getting Steph across.
Okay.
So the super important thing here is not to pull me off. I just make sure I have enough slack. Because if I'm trying to walk across that sidewalk and you don't give me slack, you're just going to off the edge, right? So I'm okay walking, but you must not pull on me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense? That's me, that's
Got
you?
you, yeah.
Okay.
Jeez, don't go so fast. Wait, now you're going really fast. Hold on, Steph. Okay. Are you jumping or something? Oh, wow. Okay. Getting in the road fast.
Usually you kind of try to get across that part quickly. Just so you know, I've taken a lot of people in this tower. I would say maybe 50% of the people don't want to cross the sidewalk.
Okay.
I've seen maybe 1 or 2 people that have walked. So if you start walking and you don't feel comfortable, you want to sit down.
Holy crap. Oh, I don't know.
I'm exhausted, frightened, and without sight. I need my mind to be flexible and remember my training.
Instead of shutting down and doing nothing, look for possibilities and try something.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, it's not flat.
No, it's not really.
Well, oh, wow, that's good information. Oh. Oh, wow.
Good job.
Holy oh, wow, this is scary.
Just for your information, there's a gap in front of you, okay?
And it's a jump, isn't it?
No, you do not have to jump.
What am I meant to do?
The best thing for you to do right now would be to sit down.
I'm gonna give it a jump. Oh.
Good job.
Oh, I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, that was the closest I've ever come to a heart attack. I didn't know where the landing was.
I think you should do a show about decision-making skills instead of adaptability.
Steph might have a point. Oh, yeah. But the summit is within reach.
Oh. Oh.
Climbing is not always glamorous.
Oh. Yes. You know what?
Well done.
I'm really happy I couldn't see that part.
Grab those knots. Oh, no. Yeah, there you go. Grab that. Walk your feet right.
How's the height?
The height's fine. That's the giant foot. And now there's a lot of stuff to grab and a lot of feet.
Oh, there's...
Nice.
This is the top.
That's the top.
Okay. Holy. Wow. I want to have a look. Wow. That is amazing. Jeez, I didn't think I'd be able to get up here. Oh, that was crazy. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. But I can certainly vouch for my mind's ability to just completely change perspectives and adapt to the situation that I had. Amazing up here.
Great job, Todd. See you later.
Oh! Oh my God! Oh.
Hey, stop!
Steph? How do I get down from here? Steph? Steph!
Science can turn any brain into a super brain. Turbocharge thinking speed, attention, and memory. Now it's my turn to put that to the test.
How you operate at your limits.
There's so many things coming at me. How quickly this all happened. I'm Todd Sampson.
人脑大升级，每星期六晚上9点，就在 Discovery 频道。
lives we live are like a complete other world.
If you lived in the bush, we wouldn't look strange to you at all.
We're not from a different country. We're not from a different state. It's a different.
真的吗？哇，太棒了！我是忠实的 Costco 迷，吃的、用的、穿的都在这里搞定。商品很多，很多东西只有这里有，我连这个都在这边买的。
开幕前办卡有优惠，开幕当天送早餐、购物袋、洗衣胶囊，加办国泰世华 Costco 联名卡，享多项会员优惠。Costco 北投店12月5日隆重开幕，多项商品优惠等你来哦。
为什么不收我的上网费？
现在办凯擘大宽屏光纤上网，月租费通通可抵 Super MOD 看片金，上千部电影戏剧都可以用上网月租费折抵哦！快拨0809009658，凯擘大宽屏，
超多强档，周周更新。
密室逃脱全新系列11月24日星期二就在 Discovery 频道首播。
This episode of Swamp Loggers.
Man, this track sucks.
The battle with the Lennon track is on.
Oh, nobody likes it over here. We ain't gonna be here much longer.
I got you. As long hauls.
Where are all the trucks today?
Put the truckers in the hot seat.
I can't